Hi, today we are going to do our second task, speaking task of the second period, and this is about saying the advantages and disadvantages of different ways of communicating. So the first one is having a face-to-face meeting. I think this a very good advantage of this one is that you see the person physically and you see what he wants to express, his emotions and all that stuff. And what do you think, Daniel, are the disadvantages of having a face-to-face meeting?
I think the disadvantages of having a face-to-face meeting is the fact that, like, if we're in different countries, we can't see ourselves, and it's going to be really difficult to appoint a meeting, having to see the person physically. So, but writing a letter has an advantage that you don't have to see the person. You don't have to go and see it physically, and you can send it internationally. So I think that's one of the advantages of writing a letter.
Uh, well, but also I think writing a letter, a big disadvantage is that you don't see or you don't see the person physically and you don't see what he wants to express or if he says the things angry or happy or you don't see his emotions. And chatting online is a very popular way of communicating nowadays, and I think the advantage is that you don't have to be in the same country or as you said before in this to be in the same place, and that's another an advantage I think chatting online has.
Well, yeah, but I think that a disadvantage is, like you said, that you don't see the person face to face and you don't see its facial expressions, so you can't know whether they are angry or sad or they're happy or they don't really care about what you're saying. But that's why we have a video conference. That's a better way because you can see the person and you don't have to be in the same country. So that's an advantage of the video conferences.
And a disadvantage of a video conference is that if you don't have a good quality internet or something like that or a good camera, you don't see the person in the other side like clear, and you don't really understand what they are saying. But giving a lecture on the other hand is like I think better because you are saying things to a big group of people and you're expressing yourself and they are watching you physically and seeing your facial expressions, and I think that's an advantage of giving a lecture.
I think a disadvantage of giving a lecture is that not all people are like interested in that theme, and they can sometimes get bored, and like it's only one person speaking. It's, I mean, like, it doesn't he that person doesn't receive a feedback from the audience, so the audience may get bored or may not like the way the lecturer is talking about the way he's explaining, so that may be a bad point.
So, which one of these five things do you think are the least effective ways to communicate?
I think giving a lecture is one, and I don't know, maybe writing a letter. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree with you because writing a letter is something from the past, and I don't think people use this method nowadays. And giving a lecture, as you said before, is not something everyone are interested in, and they maybe get bored in that lecture or they don't put attention. So yeah, that those two are the ones that I think are the least effective.